You know what it is! It's Taco Tuesday!
These are exciting times for Solana NFTs because I think Utes have driven a ton of momentum, hype, and liquidity to the Solana NFT market. I think for the short term, the very near term, all eyes are going to be on Solana NFTs. So in today's video, I'm covering upcoming Solana projects that I think are bangers and have tons of potential to perform really well. As always, if you guys enjoy the alpha and the content on this channel, hammer the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment on what projects you guys want me to check out next. The first project we're looking at, in my opinion, is incredibly slept on. You guys can see their Twitter only has 1,800 followers. The supply is going to be 4,444 critters, and then the mint is set for September 25th. So plenty of time for you guys to still figure out and get whitelist. The artist behind the project is RGB, who is a pixel artist and the founder and artist for the Suns Studio, which is bringing you Critters Cult. Now, this is not RGB's first project. The genesis was SOL Sunsets, which had the same supply, 4,444. It was a generative landscape project that had this more 80s jazz nostalgia. Now, SOL Sunsets also does have a lot of like internet and meme pop culture in there that you guys can see in some of these settings. But yeah, overall, just a really cool project. Obviously, it's very art-based and art-focused. Floor is sitting at 3.5 SOL, which is holding up pretty well in a bear market considering all the other projects out there. I want to head over to their website to give you guys some more information. I will say that Critters Cult, to me, and I mean this as one of the biggest compliments, it is very similar to Chimpers on ETH, where it's pixel art that has a story or a narrative behind it that's kind of filling the lore and why people should be interested in the project. And I just like some of the settings that they've previewed so far, like this cult that's out in the middle of the woods. They've got like hoods on and whatnot. And similar to Chimpers, people really do care about this stuff. They want to find a world that they can kind of immerse their NFT in and feel like they're a part of. Looking at the collection, it looks like there are going to be 10 main critters, but hundreds of different traits, and that they belong to 5 existing realms, and that these are going to be kind of brought out into seasons, at least is how it's kind of explained here. It talks about, you know, as a kind of season 1, they're going to focus on the Atom Punk realm, which I guess kind of gives you the insight that there's going to be multiple seasons rolled out. For the art, I think it is dope for pixel art. It's similar to Moonbirds in just the fact that it's simple, right? With pixel art, you don't want to have a ton of traits and a ton of things going on at once because a lot of that busyness just gets lost in terms of using it as a PFP. I like how it's very, very minimal, you know, glasses in a chain here, spiral above the head with like a monocle. The art overall is just really dope to me. I think these will work super well as PFPs. And so they explain the project in 3 acts. And real quick, the first act is going to be the PFP project. The second is going to be some kind of web app that they use to basically have more art creations and work as like a marketing and promotion tool for the community and for the project. And then the last act is going to be the Sunset Saga, which is going to be what seems like another landscape and setting project that kind of gives some of the landscapes for the Critters Cult. The SOL Sunsets landscapes are kind of its own separate entity is my understanding. And so this landscape collection will be more focused on Critters Cult, like the actual world and the lore they're creating. Their Discord is fully open. You guys can join now. Now there's some intricacies in terms of whitelist and the mint. I mentioned the mint date is set for September 25th. For whitelist, they are giving spots to one-of-one pixel art projects, art collectives, art DAOs, indie collections. And if you aren't a part of one of those, there is going to be a chance for you to actually purchase whitelist spots with their native pixel token. Now, to actually obtain the pixel token, if you own a SOL Sunset, I believe for every day it's in your wallet, you get 1 pixel. So at this point in time, you know, buying a SOL Sunset for the purpose of earning pixels or accumulating pixels may not be worth it because you'd only be able to, you know, hold it and stake it or whatever for 20 days or so, which wouldn't give you the 120 you need for whitelist. But it did seem like in one of the chats I was in, they do plan on actually allowing people to buy pixels. Right now, you can buy pixels on the Famous Fox marketplace. Yeah, so on Famous Fox, you know, they only got 15 on here right now. The price is super, super cheap. but it did seem like they were going to actually have a time closer to the mint date where if you wanted to acquire the pixels, they will have some kind of SOL price or whatever where you will be able to actually buy them. So they have the whitelist breakdown here. They have 1888 whitelist tokens will be available to be purchased with pixels, and then 333 mint tokens. So if you just want the whitelist, it's going to be 120 pixels. If you want to actually just mint, it's going to be 600 pixels. They also do give you the option to buy a whitelist spot with 120 pixels and then actually mint in SOL. And that SOL price has not been set yet. They said they're going to announce that closer to mint date. I think if Critters Cult can actually build up a community, have a strong community and hype around it, getting closer to that September 25th mint date, this is one that could be special. Ukiyo is a project that I actually followed quite a while back. I want to say they started tweeting in like July, maybe even June. And then I think they kind of halted their marketing with, Utes and then market conditions. Ukiyo is one that I think is going to take really good advantage of that. And the thing that jumped out to me, it's still pretty early, only 21,000 followers. They're really focused on being a brand and a lifestyle, which we heard is kind of the similar words that OK Bears used when they were launching. But the art for Ukiyo is super fly. It's kind of like these cyberpunk robots with these very, very bright colors. Ukiyo does have a public Discord you guys can join. There is going to be a waiting room where you're going to need a code to actually get the entire Discord unlocked. They do share those codes pretty frequently, I believe. They just shared one today as I'm recording this. But the supply is going to be 6,500. They haven't set a price or a date for the mint as of yet, but I still think we're ways out. They don't have a website still. We haven't gotten any info on the utility or the roadmap. The artist behind the project is New Punk. You can once again check out their exchange here to see some of their past work for, it looks like their cyberpunk project. Just really crushing and on par with that cyberpunk style that you would see in like Cyberpunk 2077 or any other games or scenes that are set in that kind of utopian time period. But yeah, man, just really, really fly. I think this will work extremely well for PFPs and be something that a lot of people recognize and can appreciate. The Discord is popping off quite a bit. It does seem that in the challenges channel, they are doing challenges for you guys to actually unlock Yuki lists. So if you guys join the Discord, make sure you guys keep an eye on the challenges channel for Yuki list opportunities. Once again, another very early project, and that's going to be Bodega Buddies. Their Twitter only has 2,100 followers, and this is going to be a Solana project by Easy. If you guys are familiar with Easy or Easy Eats Bodega, one of the guys who's most active in the SOL community when it comes to trading, flipping, and creating content. Easy is going to be a part of the Nifty portal or the Nifty Alpha team, who have a morning show every single day, Monday through Friday in the morning, talking more so about ETH, but I think the NFT market as a whole. And then Easy has his own show in the afternoons, Monday through Thursday. I'm a portal holder. I've been a massive fan of all the content that the Nifty portal and the Nifty Alpha put out. And so very bullish on anything that Easy and the team from the Nifty are creating. But we have gotten some of the art teasers so far. And, obviously it's going to be around kind of, different breeds of dogs, as Easy's been rocking this dog PFP. The only thing we know so far is the supply is going to be 6,942. Obviously playing on the whole, 69, 420. And then, yeah, I mean, the art is just clean for the most part. Like very, very simple, minimal traits. But I think a lot of people are going to like these for PFPs. Obviously, tons of people are dog people out there. So I think this is going to be, art-wise, it's pretty dope. And then obviously with Easy being the founder of the project, I think there's going to be a whole focus on like trading, alpha. And I'm sure the utility is going to be some kind of like alpha trading tools, something along those lines. That's just kind of my speculation, just knowing Easy and what he's best at. My guess and what I bank on is that Easy has something to do with like trading, flipping projects, and that Bodega Buddies is kind of your in to that. Rad Cats is a project I actually covered several videos back, and it seems like in terms of marketing, it's kind of been on halt. Like I said, I think a lot of projects, both because of the down market and the lack of liquidity, and also with Utes really stealing all the attention. I think a lot of projects are going to start to roll out that marketing, and Rad Cats is probably going to be one of them, where it's going to be an upcoming project that if it can catch some of that hype and momentum, it could be an upcoming one that takes off. Rad Cats is taking a very product-centric approach to their NFT project, meaning that they're really focused on big partnerships, mainly Web 2 from what we've seen so far, producing tangible products and creating value for holders before even minting, which is a change of pace we have not seen. Some of the ways that they've done that are by being a multi-venture brand. That's kind of going to be their goal, creating this ecosystem that stems out in a lot of different industries and sectors. The first one being Rad Racing. They actually had a sponsored NASCAR already. This already happened. I believe it was partnered with Portals and Magic Eden also, but they had a fully decked out sponsored Rad Cats NASCAR, which was really, really cool. And then they also have been teasing and working on this Code Rad, or this watermelon flavored energy drink, which once again, a physical product that they're actually using to try to push this brand. And for all of these projects, they talk about them being purchasable in Rad, along with, you know, whatever streetwear or merch they drop. I'm assuming Rad is going to be their ecosystem or project token, where you'll be able to actually use that to buy, you know, physical goods, physical products. I'm assuming that there's going to be some staking tied to it, to where, you know, holders obviously are accumulating this Rad token. And then the last thing they talk about here is just like IRL experiences as well. It's still very early days. Looking at their Discord, they don't have an official mint price or date as of yet. They will be launching on Magic Eden. It looks like the supply is set for 9,000, in reference to being like a 90s nostalgia inspired project. And then when we're talking about the brands that they were talking about, you know, Rad Racing, the energy drink, the Radware, and Rad Experience. In terms of an actual white paper or utility roadmap or any of that, nothing of that has been shared as of yet, other than that they're planning on building out these brands that are hopefully going to push the Rad Cats brand itself forward. So this will be really interesting. They're doing a lot of exciting stuff with the NASCAR race, the energy drink, things that are physical that we just haven't seen done before. There's definitely some upfront investment being shown so far. And once again, I think Rad Cats could be one where when they actually start pushing out their marketing, they're doing their AMAs and Twitter Spaces and their rollout, where they could definitely pick up a ton of hype. Be on the lookout for another video from me later this week on the updates and developments around Utes and anything else happening in the market. As always, if you guys enjoyed the early alpha and the projects I covered today, hammer the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if there are any projects out there you guys think I should cover on the channel, make sure you leave those down in the comments. Until next time, I'm out.